James Turner for the untouchable True School Sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I'm here checking to you guys live and direct from Venice Beach. It's beautiful out here. The vibes are immaculate. You know, the grass is green, the girls are pretty, and life is beautiful in the life of BT and True School. But I wanted to sound off on one of the fights that'll be taking place September the 3rd. On the Naoya Inoue TJ Doheny undercard. And I really do think this is one of the more interesting fights on the boxing schedule. And it's going to be a matchup of power punching, precision power punching southpaws. You're going to have Ismael Barroso, the old man, the most dangerous old man in boxing. You see, ask Rolly, ask O'Hara Davies what he did to them, right? And he's going to be looking to continue his run of form in boxing. And he's going to be fighting a guy from Japan that I've been very interested to see when and if he's going to step up, and that's Andy Hiraoka. Andy Hiraoka, you know, signed to Ohashi Promotions, has had a good career so far, beating some good fighters on the domestic level. Most notably, he stopped Jin Sasaki, who's now a welterweight contender, when they were both at 140 for the Japanese title. And since that fight, I think Ohashi Promotions has been very carefully grooming him and matchmaking him. And now they said, look, Andy, it's time to take the training wheels off. They're taking the training wheels off, and they're giving him one of the hardest fights in the division. So you know what's crazy? It's crazy how one minute I'm saying they're being too hard on them now, or being too easy on them. Now they're giving him one of the hardest fights out there. So I think this is a real sink or swim moment for Andy Hiraoka. Barroso does have the interim title, so technically the winner of this fight could be the mandatory for Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Isaac Pitbull Cruz is fighting Ryan Valenzuela this weekend, so that might change if Pitbull Cruz loses. But regardless, big fight at 140. So let's try to unpack and let's try to break it down. So when you talk about Ismael Barroso, you're talking about a fighter. People marvel at the power. They marvel at the heavy hands, the way he just sits guys down. But he's more than just a power puncher. He's a heavy-handed counter puncher. Okay, which to me, I think Blair Cobbs had a term for that when I interviewed him. He called those kind of fighters checkmate fighters. Barroso is a checkmate fighter with TNT in his hands. He has that ability to where if you make a mistake, you overextend, you overcommit, you make a defensive mistake, he makes you pay in a very, very devastating fashion. So with that being said, you know, Andy Hiraoka is a guy that's known for coming forward, known for his volume punching. And that's actually why I believe that Ohashi Promotions was careful with him after he beat Jin Sasaki, because the Jin Sasaki fight was a back and forth fight, and I feel that they feel he needed to clean some things up defensively before taking on a tougher fight. And maybe they feel he's done enough now to do that. So we're going to see. It's a real watershed moment in Andy Hiraoka's career, because when you look at Japanese boxing, there's a lot of world champions coming from Japan, but not many of those champions fight above like 122, you know? And so he has the unique opportunity because he's a 40-pounder, a 140-pounder in a more, you could say, like mainstream weight class, and he's got a chance to really put himself in line for big fights, you know. Barroso, to me, I would consider him a big fight because he's been in there with the guys like Rolly, O'Hara Davies, but more so like Rolly, and he can't afford to lose it. Honestly, like selfishly, I would like to see Ismael Barroso win this fight because I think Isaac Cruz should be fighting Barroso. Honestly, that's the fight the boxing fans need delivered to them. Barroso or Cruz is fighting Rao this weekend, which is a good fight, but let's be real, Ryan Valenzuela, and this is my opinion, so you don't gotta agree with it, but Ryan Valenzuela had a competitive fight, that first fight with Chris Colbert, and he wound up losing, and then he had to do a rematch with him, and Chris Colbert's not a natural 135-pounder. Ryo also got stopped by Edwin De Los Santos. He's been through some things in his career. What I'm saying is Ryo is a fun fighter. He's a fan-friendly fighter, but Ryo Valenzuela, to me, in my opinion, and maybe it'll change this week, he is not on the class of Ismael Barroso. Ismael Barroso brings more to the table. So I do think Pitbull Cruz, you know, you can't just have that title and because people like you and sell tickets, you can just fight overmatched opponents. No, at some point I want to see Barroso and Pitbull get it on, because I think that'd be a great fight for boxing. I think that'd be a great test of Pitbull's defense, because Pitbull Cruz has great defense. But nonetheless, I don't want to get off topic. Andy Hiraoka, Ismael Barroso, a really interesting fight for the division, and a chance for Andy Hiraoka to make a name for himself and emerge as like the next notable Japanese top-level fighter. And more importantly, he's not coming from a smaller weight class. He's not coming from 118, or, you know, as some boxing fans who hate those weight classes would say, he's not coming from the booger weights. You know, he's coming from weight class that people know. So you could see, realistically, you could see Andy Hiraoka in the future, and there were guys like, you know, Subriel Matias, Leon Paro, Regis Prograis, those kind of fighters, Teofimo Lopez. He wins this fight, all of a sudden he's really in the mix, and he's been in the mix. Like, Hiraoka has been in the mix. He's been, like, last year he was offered a fight in the IBF Eliminator against Showdown Ergashev. He turned it down. He's been in the mix in terms of the rankings, but I don't think he's been in the mix in terms of people's, like, listen, I'm speaking from the American perspective. In Japan, he's known, but he hasn't really been in the mix probably the way he needs to be on a worldwide scale. A win here gets him on the mix, not just in the rankings on paper, but on a worldwide scale, because of what Barroso's been doing, the excitement he's been bringing to the sport, and the fact that people are going to watch Barroso just because they want to see if the old man can knock another young kid out. So those are my thoughts on the fight. I think Andy Hiraoka wins this fight if he's defensively sound, and that's a big if. That's a huge if, because if Barroso catch him, it's gonna be curtains for him. So I think I haven't looked at the reaches or anything like that. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have a reach advantage. He's definitely gonna have a youth advantage. I think he has a speed advantage. It's just that can he thwart and can he disrupt the timing of a Barroso? Because Barroso has amazing timing along with heavy hands. So you got to look out for those things. But it's a pick 'em fight. It's a pick 'em fight. I can see either guy winning the fight. But what do you guys think? Hiraoka versus Barroso, September 3rd, Inoue Doheny undercard. To me, that's actually the real main event, because Inoue Doheny, it's a good, entertaining fight, but you know, we know Inoue will probably win that fight. So yeah, leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. I'm at the Boxing Hall of Fame out here in Canterbury, New York. And for more great boxing content just like this video, make sure you click and subscribe right over here.